Welcome to a leadership moment. I'm Dr. Rhonda Anderson, aka the Talent Architect. I'm the Principal and Chief Talent Development Officer for Silverhawk Coaching and Consulting. I'm also the co-founder of the Influential Leaders Alliance. In honor of International Women's Month, I wanted to share some amazing news with you all. I did a thing, and it's a thing that I did not think I would be doing right now with the current state of where I am in life. But here we are. I wrote my third book, and I'm so excited about it. It is called The Influential Leader Blueprint: Action-Oriented Strategies to Enhance Your Leadership Capabilities and Drive Your Team to Peak Performance. So for the rest of the month of March, I decided to celebrate my book launch, and I want to celebrate some of my favorite female leaders. And so I've worked with these leaders very closely, and I admire the work that they do. And so we'll share their stories. We'll talk about some of the topics out of the book. And I want you all to get to know some of the people that I adore. So with that being said, we're going to start the conversation today, though, with why is it important for you to have a positive growth mindset as a leader? So let's start talking about fixed mindset, right? And I know you all have heard that term. And if you haven't, I'm going to talk just very little about it. A fixed mindset, a leader who has a fixed mindset, they tend to run from failure. They run from change. They avoid conflict at all costs. And they don't necessarily feel like they can come back from setbacks. And so they really let fear and failure overtake them. And in the end, their performance takes a hit. But the leader who has a growth mindset, they embrace challenges. They see difficult situations as opportunities to learn and grow, not as obstacles to avoid. They seek feedback. So these leaders actively solicit constructive criticism from others to identify areas for improvement. And I totally admire a leader who could take the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to feedback about them. From their employees that they manage, from their peers, from their family members, and from their friends, because basically it's an opportunity for you to close some of those leadership gaps and develop them, right? And so that's what we're always seeking to do. They learn from failures. They view failures as a learning experience and not a personal failure. So there's a difference there, right? They don't take that failure on personally, and they're usually able to really come back guns a-blazing because they've learned a valuable lesson from whatever that failure was that they experienced. They seek continuous learning. I recommend that all leaders prioritize ongoing professional development and stay up to date with current industry trends and really make this a value for your entire team, for the employees you lead too, and have that expectation for them as well. Leaders who cultivate a growth mindset, they are adaptable and resilient. They're flexible in adjusting to changing circumstances, and they bounce back from setbacks. They also develop a positive organizational culture. And so you want to encourage a team environment where everyone feels comfortable about taking risk and comfortable about learning from mistakes. All too often, many employees usually fear that they'll lose their jobs if they make a mistake. And I really think that that's one of the things that leaders really need to work on with their employees, just showing them that we can learn and we can grow from this, as opposed to instilling fear in their employees about failure. Leaders who cultivate a growth mindset, they foster curiosity. These leaders, they ask questions, they're open to new ideas, and they encourage exploration. They're always asking, how can we improve upon this? Why did we do it this way? How can we make it better? And so those leaders are always on the cutting edge and looking for new and better ways of getting things done. So now let's talk about some of the ways, like if you find yourself, that you're kind of like stuck with a fixed mindset, let's find some, I'm going to share some strategies here for you to kind of help move towards the growth mindset. And there's nothing wrong with that because, becoming a leader who has a growth mindset, it takes time, and it takes effort, and sometimes it's just understanding what does it all mean. And so number one, you want to make sure you start to self-reflect. You want to identify areas where you can improve and set specific goals for development. Number two, you want to seek mentorship. I feel like anybody in any type of position, whether you're a CEO, a VP, a director, an associate director, or manager, or just an employee in general, we can all benefit from having a mentor. And this is basically just seeking guidance from an experienced leader who can provide you with the right support and the right feedback to help you become a better leader. Number three, you want to challenge yourself. You want to step outside of your comfort zone and try to take on new responsibilities or learn new things, or, kind of learn new technologies, just doing something different that grow you, right? You want to be in that mindset always. Is you're going to learn, you need to learn, have a love for learning. Number four, you want to celebrate your progress. You want to recognize and acknowledge your achievements, no matter how big or small. And that's me all day. A win is a win, no matter how big or how small. It could be the smallest thing. It could be that you wrote in your journal, that is a win. Last but not least, you want to practice positive self-talk. You want to replace negative self-talk with encouraging affirmations that focus on your potential for growth. And anything that you're telling yourself at this very moment, I challenge you all right now to really change that from a negative to a positive. So if you're telling yourself you're not a great public speaker, you are a great public speaker and you can become one. It just takes effort, right? And so I challenge you today to turn those negative thoughts into positive thoughts and speak positive thoughts into yourself on a daily basis. So remember, as a leader, you have to be intentional about cultivating a growth mindset for your personal and professional life, especially if you are leading teams. So just know, like any change, it takes time. So you just need to enjoy the journey. So we're now at the end of this quick leadership moment, and that's a wrap, right? So as we celebrate International Women's Month, let's continue to uplift and empower one another to lead with confidence, clarity, and purpose. Again, the pre-sales link for the Influential Leader Blueprint is going to be down in the comments. So go ahead, you can purchase your book today. And I'll thank you all in advance for doing the purchase. And again, thanks so much for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and tag a leader who inspires you. Until next time.